Hello everyone. You're welcome or welcome back. I hope you're having a great day so far. I am doing great. It's Adrian here, and you're welcome back to the channel where I talk about my unfiltered thoughts and opinions that nobody asked for. So, if that sounds like something that you're interested in, like, subscribe, and as always, get comfortable and let's get into it, shall we? As you've already seen from the title, today I'm going to be talking about things that I personally used to believe in but no longer believe in. Beginning with the big one. Number one, family is always family. Now, don't get me started. And first of all, this enrages me. You don't understand. It literally enrages me because I'm sure all of us have heard this over and over again, how people talk about that family is always family no matter what they've done to you. And I personally think that this mindset can be really dangerous. And let me explain, because we have people who have been hurt, betrayed, even killed. I mean, I'm not gonna go to the extreme here because this is YouTube, but by their own family. And to me, it's just insane, and it has always enrages me how people are like, oh, it's just family's family, doesn't matter what they do to you, you have to forgive them and move on, etc., etc. Like, no, absolutely not. And I don't think that just because you're blood related to somebody, then it means that that's that gives them permission to treat you like the worst, like absolute, like trash, and get away with it just because you people are related. And I think most people take advantage of that because they're your family and you're blood related to them, and they think that they can do anything or treat you however they want to treat you without any consequences. And personally, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're related to me, because there are people who have been done dirty by their own family, by their parents, grandparents, siblings, cousins, aunts, etc., and they're in the worst positions in life right now. Some of them are dead because of their family. So that's not something that I personally joke around. I don't care who you are. If you don't treat me well and you don't respect me and don't treat me with respect and love, I need to get rid of you. I'm really sorry. Actually, I'm not. I will cut you off. I don't care who you are. I don't care how blood related I am to you. You do me wrong, you're out. You're out. And I think thinking that family is family without considering the things that they've done or how they treat you and putting all those things into account, and you just blindly follow them and do all these things and forgive them over and over again and let them use you and hurt you just because you're family. I think it's stupid. I really do think it's stupid, and I used to believe in that, but I no longer believe in that. Yeah, I don't care who you are. You do me wrong, you're out. And I believe that family is those people who love you for you, those people who take care of you and are there when you need them. Those are family. Family doesn't try to take advantage of you. They don't try to hurt you or betray you. They don't do that. They don't do that. And it just pisses me off how people are like, oh, family's always family. Like, please. Please, don't get on my nerves. Number two, revenge. Growing up as a young kid, I used to be so vengeful. Like, so vengeful. And anytime anybody would do me wrong, I would be like, I have to get them back. I have to get them back. They have to feel the betrayal that they made me feel. They have to feel the exact same pain that they put me through, because I always believe that when you do somebody wrong, they have all the permission to do you wrong back, as in like revenge. And it used to be so ingrained in my brain. Like anytime anybody would do me wrong, I'd always start to think of all these ways to like get them back. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you stole something from me. Wait, I'm gonna steal something from you. You did something wrong. I'm gonna do the exact same thing back, if not worse. And I used to be so vengeful. And it's like, you know what? You deserve it. You cannot deserve it. But over the years, as I've gotten older, I'm just like, it's never really worth it. You know, like revenge in general is just not worth it because I know there are times where people had done me wrong and I did the exact same thing back to them to like avenge myself, but later on, like after that, I never felt good, you know? It was never like cathartic for me to like do them wrong back, and I would just sit with all this guilt. And I've just decided now that it's just not worth it to me. You know, as I've gotten older, I'm just like, when somebody does you wrong, you don't have to get them back. You can just move on, because you putting all this energy and hate towards them, you know, trying to plan some kind of thing, you know, planning for their downfall, it's just not worth it to me. It's not worth it to me. So now, when somebody does me wrong, I'm not gonna do anything. For the most part, I'm just gonna move on with my life. I'm not gonna try to get you back, and you know, no, it's just something that I no longer believe in. And I think the universe at large has a way of working things out and people getting their karma back. So I don't need to do anything other than moving on. And speaking of moving on, we're going to number 3: forgive and move on. I used to always think that in order to move on from a situation, you have to forgive somebody. That if somebody did you wrong, you have to forgive them. You have to, forgive them first, then you can move on. But I no longer believe in that. I don't think you have to forgive somebody in order for you to move on. I think you can move on without forgiving anyone. And I'm not telling you that you shouldn't forgive people who do you wrong, because you should. It's a morally good thing to do, to forgive people, but I just don't believe that you have to forgive them in order for you to move on. You can move on without forgiving someone. If somebody did you wrong, you can just be like, you know what, you did me really wrong and I didn't deserve that, and I'm gonna move on with my life. But I haven't forgiven you, and I will never forget what you did to me, but I'll move on with my life, and I'll find peace, and you'll never hear from me again. So, no, I don't think you have to forgive someone in order for you to move on. Moving on to number 4: everything happens for a reason. Holy moly. Now I'm guilty of this, because I've held onto this belief for such a long time, because I always used to think that me believing that everything happens for a reason, it's like a way for me to cope with hard times in my reality, where if something unfortunate happens, I'll just sit with myself and be like, oh, you know, everything happens for a reason. There is a reason to why these horrible things happened in my life. And to be honest, no, I don't always think that everything bad or good that happens in your life happens for a reason. Some things are just bad, and that's it. It's not because there is a reason to why they happen. And I can even go to the extremes. There are people who are born in wars and extreme poverty. They have nothing. They get killed. People, you know, innocent people. Do you think there was a reason for that to happen? What reason? I don't know. I don't think there's a reason for anybody to have to go through all of that agony in their lives unnecessarily. So, no, I don't believe that everything that happens to somebody happens for a reason. But also, it's still a way for somebody to have hope and get through hard times. But it's just not realistic, and I don't believe that everything happens if everything happens for a reason. And I think that something just happened because that's life. And lastly, number 5, things get easier. Lies. I don't think things get any easier in life. You just get stronger and better at facing those things, and that's it. It's simple. Nothing gets easier. You just get better at handling those problems and facing and solving new challenges in your life, and that's it. That's it. I have 5. I still have a lot to share, but I don't want this video to be too long. If you want a part 2 to this, I'm gonna do one, but today I'm gonna end here. If there's any things that you guys used to believe in but no longer do, let me know. Share down below in the comments. And as always, I love you. Take care of yourself. Like and subscribe, and check out the other videos, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.